Good evening and welcome back, MLE patrons. It's time for more 82-degree sweaty threes grand finals. You want to talk about poetry, the 8 p.m. match, Wizards at Blizzard. I'm not a rapper, I'm Desk Jockey, and with me tonight is the always colorful MC Hammer, better known as Dexatron. I love your shirt, Dex. You ready for some CL3s?
Absolutely, but like you said, this is going to be a really fun series just because of the names of these two teams, the Blizzards and the Wizards. The Blizz and the Wiz here. This is a great series as well. The number 1 and number 2 seeds here. So we're going to see some very good gameplay coming out from these two teams here tonight.
Yeah, the Blizzards, talk about a franchise that have really made their name known this season. They've been at the top. They had the opportunity for 4 championship titles so far in this grand finals. So it's going to be an interesting and heated matchup between both of these two teams. And it's make or break time, right? It's win or go home, as we've been talking about all night. And I'm not kidding when I say it's sweaty. We just came off that last matchup. If this one is half as sweaty as that, we're in for a treat.
Yeah, but like you said, win or go home, but the stakes are a little bit higher than that this time. It's not win and your season's done. It's win, and hey, guess what? You are champions here of MLE Season 15, and that is what both these teams are definitely vying for here tonight. Let's hope we see a good 7-game series, but yesterday we saw a lot of sweeps. However, so far tonight, it seems like we have not seen that just yet.
Oh, yeah, you want to talk about the difference between yesterday's set of games, I should say, or set of matches versus the grand finals that are happening today. You got threes, right? So it's a little bit of a more dynamic game. People can rise and fall throughout the series and you won't notice it necessarily as much. But we are underway here as the Blizzard get the first opportunity. This ball is up and towards the backboard, but it doesn't go home. Ruben Sandwich here slamming this ball towards the net, and Caliber getting this one off the backboard and away.
Cookie Monster tries to clear it out. They're not going to be able to as J-Dog takes it right back from him, playing it off that back wall. Ruben with the shot. Denial there by Cat. Now the Wizard definitely trying to get this ball out of their side of the field. GX still going to play this ball across the field. J-Dog is right there. Caliber doesn't get a touch on there, but you see J-Dog and Ruben go up for it. Cat going to pick this ball up, maybe put a shot here on goal. Oh, it's going to be perfectly dropped in there, but a huge save from J-Dog.
What a save from J-Dog. An incredible save to just kind of get just enough to put it off the post there, and it'll keep them alive. Now Cat with an opportunity, getting this past Ruben, but J-Dog keeps this out on the side. Now Cookie Monster trying to slam it back towards the middle. It goes towards the Wizards net, but what a save from Cat. And Caliber passing this one up there to Cat. An opportunity, but not able to push this one into the net.
No, not yet there, but GX trying to get something going here for the Blizzard right now. They're bringing up the field, going to try to get a pass there off that back wall. Cookie Monster, though, taking care of that member that would have been able to put on a shot there of Ruben Sandwich over J-Dog. Going to put a shot on goal. They will get the demo there, but nothing coming from it yet. Now Ruben picks up a demo here. Demo's flying out crazy right now. None before that moment there, and now 3 in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, great opportunities there for the Blizzard, but not able to make the most of it. Some great body plays now. Cookie Monster trying to put this one down there. A shot on net from Ruben. Looks like it may have been just off the mark, but Caliber is there anyways. J-Dog gets in there, and no one's back for the Wizards, and J-Dog puts that away with ease.
Yeah, you see Cat miss that ball there. Caliber not able to get a good reading off that touch there, and Cookie Monster just not able to get back in time. A little bit of a misplay coming out here from the Wizards early. However, over 3 minutes left to go here in game 1. A lot of time for them to make up for right here. They will win the kickoff. However, Ruben Sandwich going to immediately throw it back down into the Wizards' end here. Caliber going to try to clear it out. They will be able to. Cookie Monster looking for the pass there. It's going to be a shot, and they're going to be able to get right past GX to tie this game right back up.
Oh, man, it just went from casting AL and then coming up here to champion. And there's a huge difference, right, in the team play, the passing plays. Great pass up there. Great shot from Cookie Monster. Excellent placement. And the Wizards are right back in this game.
GX picks up a demo there as the Wizards try to add on to maybe find their first lead here. J-Dog going to try to clear this one up. Doesn't credit for a shot there. Cat gets credit for the save, but now ball just kind of hanging around midfield here Ruben gonna leave that ball there for GX, but GX gets 50-50 there. Caliber gonna be the first one here to get back to it. Cookie with the centering pass there, but no response there from the Wizard as they finally try to get back to it. Another 50-50 there. GX gonna try to get past Cookie Monster, not gonna be able to. Cookie Monster looking for a pass there. 50-50 out. Caliber, right place, right time. They're gonna be able to sneak it past the member of the Blizzard there to give themselves their first lead of this game.
Oh, man, the Wizards are casting spells left and right now, just sending that ball all over the field. When they get the opportunity, they get the touch, they get the centering pass, and a great shot there from O'Caliber.
Kickoff going the way of the Wizards here again. Ruben, though, going to be able to play this one into the Wizards side. 50-50 there to that corner there by Caliber. Cat going to play it to Caliber. Caliber now is going to blast that ball all the way upfield to the opposite corner. J-Dog going to try to play it out there, but Cookie Monster reading that ball perfectly, trying to play something towards goal. Will get credit for the shot here. 50-50 does go the way of the Blizzard here as they try to get something going. Caliber, though, keeping this pressure up on the Blizzard's defense.
And plenty of opportunities here for the Wizards right now. They do have 6 shots on net to the Blizzard's 5, so definitely some opportunities here for the Blizzard. But they just not a lot of possession, Dex, and it seems like the Blizzard have definitely left something to be desired in terms of how much possession they've had this game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. But this is only game 1 of what could be a 7-game series here. And it's game 1 I always kind of say is a feel-out game here. But the Blizzard have a great opportunity here. Oh, if GX was able to get another touch on it, would have been a goal. But J-Dog going to center this ball here. No shot opportunity coming out there. And a little bit of a mistake there coming out from the Blizzard there as J-Dog and Ruben Sandwich bump into each other. The Wizard now trying to clear this ball out. GX going to try to keep it on the Wizard side of the field, but Caliber will clear it back down to the opposite corner.
Now, Cookie Monster coming in and bangs it! Left top corner off the ceiling. O'Caliber set that up nicely. And what a great touch from Cookie Monster, dunking that cookie right in some milk.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel bad for J-Dog there. They were kind of in no man's land there. They were the only person back there that really could have done anything, and once Cookie Monster got that ball past them, there was no one else for the Blizzard that could have even gotten that ball in time. The Blizzard trying to play a little bit more aggressive now, and that one probably came back to bite them there.
Now the ball kept down in the Blizzard side of the field. Cookie Monster with a demo. Cat kind of booms this. It's going to waterfall. Not in front of the net, though. Cat with another opportunity. GX isn't there, but J-Dog gets back in time and clears that ball away. GX now gets demoed by O'Caliber, and J-Dog finally clears this out of the Blizzard side.
Cookie Monster picking up their 3rd demo of the game there. And oh, that was such a huge save coming out there from Cat. That's probably been the best opportunity we've seen from the Blizzard in a long time, probably since they scored their 1 goal here. Cat gonna leave this one here for Caliber. Might be faking though for Cookie Monster. We're just gonna go safely out to the corner here. 15 seconds left to go. The Blizzard need to try to find something here now. It's gonna be a pass to GX. GX with the shot, gonna be a little bit wide there. That might have been their last hope in this game.
Definitely want that one back if you're GX. A little hot, a little heavy-handed there on the pass, but a great idea, great concept. And this ball eventually is going to touch down here. Oh, it looks like there's going to be a shot on goal by Ruben, but what a save by Cookie Monster to make sure that this game stays 3-1. A pretty heated game just right off the bat.
Yeah, pretty heated game there. And you look at the stats, they're even across the board there. 8 shots for each team. And even you brought it up about halfway through the game that the shots are pretty much even. Maybe the Wizard had 1 more shot than the Blizzard did at that moment. But like we kind of said, it seems like the Wizards are kind of controlling the ball more than the Blizzard are. That possession is going to be a big factor here.
Yeah, definitely. And there we end the game with an even number of shots for both sides, 8 shots apiece. Just the teamwork coming from the Wizards as well. Just the connection between O'Caliber and Cookie Monster all throughout that game. Cat with 4 saves. And not to mention, too, the physical level of play. Blizzard were trying their hand at that a little bit as well. But definitely just team is just clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, like you said, the physical play coming out there from the Blizzard at some point, but didn't really lead to anything. The Wizards, I mean, they had 4 demos there as a team. Cookie Monster picking up 3 of them there. And it seemed like the demos really came out for the Wizard at really opportune times. There's a good attack building up there for the Blizzard. I believe Cookie Monster was able to take care of, I think it was Ruben Sandwich there. And that pretty much stopped a shot opportunity there. So the demos are coming out at very strategic moments for the Wizards, while the Blizzards, it just kind of seems like they're they're coming out at moments where they're just trying to get rid of someone early in a play, not late in a play.
Yeah, definitely making sure that they're fitting into the flow of the game is something that the Blizzard really want to do right now. But this game is off and running. Game 2. Now the ball is on the Wizard side of the field to start this one off. The kickoff. Cat trying to bring this ball down. No one hits it. We had about 3 or 4 different players up for that one. And a little bit of scrambling by the Blizzard, but they get an opportunity to clear this one out to the other side.
Yeah, let's see if the Blizzard can try to get something going here. Remember, they only found that one goal, and they found that goal pretty early in game 1 here, and they really didn't have any good opportunities after that. But now the Wizards take control of the ball here. J-Dog gonna try to get away out of this court, but Caliber right there to play it back in, looking for a follow-up touch there, but GX gonna be able to get away from them. Cookie Monster, though, the rotations from the Wizards here have probably been the most impressive thing, in my opinion, from them so far.
Definitely some good rotations. And the Wizards just trying to get as many touches on the ball as they possibly can, getting some good passes. Now a demo from Ruben there on Cat. Cookie Monster taking this one off the left wall, trying to get a shot on net, but loses control. GX is up to get this one. J-Dog putting this down to Ruben, who doesn't quite get the touch that he wants. Caliber chasing this one, but GX counters. Now the Blizzard have a chance for a offensive opportunity. Great center, but no one's home to put it away.
Yeah, and it seemed like Ruben Sandwich was not expecting that center to actually go through. They were in a great spot, but just not expecting it there. However, the ball's still on the Wizards side of the field here. Caliber gonna try to clear it out, but J-Dog gonna keep it on this side of the field here. Gonna try to play it out of the corner. Staring opportunity here. It's gonna slowly across goal, and Cat in an awkward position as Ruben Sandwich will pick up the goal here.
I want to talk about the touch goal right here. Ruben Sandwich, like he's trying to put the corned beef on top, so delicate, and just trickles that one in. A great shot, a great pass that was almost too hot, but he was able to handle it.
Wizards trying to keep up this aggression right now. They have a good opportunity, but a nice play there by the Wizards to get away from a dangerous opportunity. J-Dog, though, gonna get a little bit of a good centering there, but Cookie Monster will clear it out. GX gonna keep it on the Wizards side of the field. Caliber gonna try to clear it up there. Ruben is there. GX will take care of Caliber here, so the man advantage right now for the Blizzard.
Caliber knocking this one down to Cookie, who sends it back to Caliber. A great pass. He lofts it up, but Cat is not able to get back in time. Now it looks like a 3v1 opportunity for the Blizzard, but just in so deep and not able to make anything of it. The ball is still trickling in front of the Wizards' net, and it looks like Ruben is going to be able to get a second goal of the game.
I was almost going to say J-Dog almost kind of ruined a good attack there before, because they were the one that actually almost cleared the ball there for the Wizards. But now the ball just kind of sat in front of the goal. A couple of people missed, and Ruben Sandwich, again, right place, right time, picks up their second goal of this game. And we're about halfway through here, and the Blizzard looking like the dominant team so far.
Yeah, the Blizzard doing a really good job, but if you're the Wizards, you can't give up on your game. That's something that I say pretty often. But you're in grand finals, you can definitely let the nerves get to you. J-Dog there with a great save off of Cookie Monster's laser shot. Caliber trying to center this ball back down to Cookie Monster, who decides, yeah, he's out. Cat is now in, trying to put this ball towards the center of the field. Cookie Monster with a shot, and J-Dog with a great save.
J-Dog will take care of Cat there and get the clearance to GX. GX gonna try to play it towards that back wall, and they will do, but looks like there's no one there to follow up on it. Ruben's, though, gonna try to play it up there to J-Dog, but it looks like they're rotating back to get some boost.
Cat clearing this one downfield. J-Dog ping-pongs it back to the other side. Caliber dangerous, putting it in front of his own net, and J-Dog takes advantage. Blizzard definitely showing up and showing out in this game, but the Wizards, Dex throwing a little bit?
On that goal right there, you can probably say, yeah, throwing a little bit. That is definitely a touch that Caliber definitely wants back there. A 3-goal deficit now, not how you wanted to be seeing this game right now, especially after how good the Wizard looked in game 1.
Cat now trying to control this. Ruben opting to clear this out to the side wall. Back to Cat, who tries to control, but it ends up meeting GX. Now O'Caliber taking a shot on net, but Ruben is there to kind of keep it off net. The pace of this game definitely slowing down a little bit for the Blizzard, but O'Caliber puts that shot on net. J-Dog gets another save, and just a lot of slow play from the Blizzards, but the Wizards not panicking yet, and it's just under a minute.
Yeah, I mean, the Wizards not panicking, but at some point here, you probably want to see them score in the next 10 seconds, give them some resemblance of hope in this game, because it's starting to get to the point where it was like in game one with the Blizzards. They just didn't really seem like they were on the same page. They weren't firing on all cylinders. This game, the Blizzard turned that around, firing on all cylinders, and now the Wizards seem like the team that are currently lost.
GX trying to center this ball for Ruben, who gets it just a little bit wide. Cookie now trying to take a shot. He's going to miss, and it's going to go down to the corner. A little bit of a fake there from J-Dog. Manages to take control. Centers that ball. Cookie with a great bicycle kick deflection to get this one back into the corner. But the Blizzard now starting to apply pressure and making sure that there's no opportunities. And it looks like they are going to take game two. We're going to be even 1-1.
Yeah, and a great response here from the Blizzard. A clean sheet on the board for them and 3 goals to their name. That's exactly how you want to see a team that kind of struggled in game one bounce back in game two.
And you talk about bouncing back. That's really in the grand finals. We go to the best of 7 seed. So there's more games to be played. And that means there's more opportunities to kind of feel your. So on both sides of the ball, you started out, you're the Wizards. They looked really hot. And I would say game one Wizards looked better than game two Blizzard. But you want to go into game three Wizards and you say, okay, what was the good that we had in game two? Good from game one. Let's adjust, settle down, and get back to our game. And if you're the Blizzard, you want to make sure that you take away from that. And they started to apply more pressure and capitalize on the mistakes from the Wizards. They got 3 easy goals.
Yeah, it really comes down to those mistakes there. The Wizards just kind of missed out on a lot of balls here in game two that led to, in my opinion, 2 of the 3 goals that the Blizzard did get there. However, one of the things that I immediately noticed from just looking at the stat sheet that I write down, the Wizards, no demos that game. They were all over the place with demos in game one, finding 4, 0 in game two, while the Blizzards, on the other hand, found 4 as a team there. And I felt like that kind of opened up the game for them in some places.
Yeah, definitely the physical play is something that you need, especially at this level here in the Champion League. You got 3s, which means there's more opportunities for demos as well. But I think as well, you have to look at the saves from the Blizzard. They had 6 saves on the game in that game, which was a large departure from the first game and how well they played defensively. They're an opportunity as we're getting into game 3 that isn't put away for the Wizards. A bit of a cacophony of shots here over on the Blizzard side of the ball, but none of them go in here to start this one off.
Yeah, a little bit of a smorgasbord just everywhere right there. Cookie Monster really credit for a shot. J-Dog with the save right now. Cat gonna pass it there to O'Caliber, and it will be a goal here for the Wizards. Just what they needed. But I believe the Blizzards might have just lost GX.
Yeah, it does look like right now that there may have been a disconnect there with lost connection. We'll see what happens here with this one. O'Caliber off the kickoff. You can already see the Blizzard are starting to hurt from having that player missing. Cat now trying to center this ball up. You've got both Blizzard players in the middle of the field, and that's a goal. We're going to be putting a pause on this game and resetting because of the disconnect here on this play. But a strong starts from the Wizards. Kind of disappointing, really, if you're the Wizards, because you want to make sure that you're firing on all cylinders. They started to there, but you do wonder, is that because the Blizzard were down to play?
I mean, that first goal, you could argue maybe a little bit. Definitely that second goal, you could argue, say 100%. Yeah, that's probably only happened because they're down a player. I believe I did see GX join back in the lobby, but probably just waiting on them to get back into the field here. Clock is ticking, though, but it seems like we might just restart this game right here.
Yeah, we are going to restart. It was under 1 minute to play. Into the game. Under 1 minute into the game. So since that disconnect happened there, they are resetting this game. So they do get a reset according to our rules here. And we're gonna try and keep it lively here during this quick intermission. Dex, what do you think? What did you think off the start there? I mean, the Wizards seem to kind of turn around and just get right back into that physical, aggressive play that you mentioned earlier on.
I mean, it seems like they definitely figured out that was probably a problem that they had in game two. They're not a lot of physical play. But again, a lot of it really comes down to whether or not how much of that start there GX was actually there. They were on the goal line for what seemed to be most of that game there at the start. So you don't know how long they had been actually disconnected from the server before their car eventually got off the server.
Yeah, so according to the official ruling, a disconnection occurred in the first minute before the first goal was scored. So the ruling is to reset the game. It's a good thing that we have rules, or else it would be absolute chaos. They call it grand finals because we want to keep them grand and we don't want to keep anyone guessing. So thank you for bearing with us on this one. Hey, heading into game 3, you got a 7-game series. We're used to here MLE, you know, kind of doing the full 5, and then you go to a best of 5 as you go through the rest of the playoffs. What do you see, Dex, when you come into the grand finals? How do you see kind of fatigue wear on to some of these teams that aren't used to playing series?
I mean, you start to see that fatigue kind of start around map 4 or game 4, game 5, if you get to a game 5, because a lot of times, you know, wow, I cannot say this right now. Basically what I was going to say was, you know, when you have that 5-game series and you're playing a best of 5, losing one game is puts a lot more pressure on you, because you lose another game, you're on series point. But a best of 7 series, you have a game that you can lose and say, okay, what did we learn from that one, and try to apply it into the next game here. And you could easily say that's what the Blizzard did there from game 1 to game 2. They definitely learned from a loss, applied it to the next game, and immediately won that one in a dominating fashion. Now we have to see what the Wizards do here as we head into game 3 here, whenever we do get back in lobby. But going back to the fatigue question, I mean, it's definitely a factor here. Once you get over 5 games, the normal amount of games you will play in MLE in regular season, you start to see them get a little bit tired, in my opinion. Maybe some of the mechanics just aren't as sharp as they were, or maybe sometimes you see a player just kind of take over in a game.
Yeah, and you also start to think about, what does all of this have to do with the fatigue of the game, right? You start off strong. Now, granted, there were no goals that were scored when the disconnect happened, but you go in and if you're the Wizard, right, there's a few minutes where you're continuing to play. Looks like you're firing on all cylinders. Again, granted, it's a 3v2, but you start to feel good. And then the game, you know, they have a disconnect, and we're taking a brief pause to get everything sorted out. And that does kind of play into, you know, the psyche and the mind games that is the grand finals, right? And that's a part of what makes it exciting. We are working on getting this going back up. So Dex and I, again, hey Dex, you remember the show Zoom? This was an old PBS show.
Am I that old to you?
No, I want to talk about your shirt for a second, because it's so colorful. You got all the shapes there. What was, when you went up to the wardrobe today, what was the thought? Was it like a grand finals, all the different shapes and sizes that make up grand finals? What was the logistics there?
I mean, yesterday I wore the white version of this one, maybe a little bit different, but I was like, I like this kind of style. This is what I kind of want to wear. Rocket League, in my opinion, is a very bright and energetic, colorful game, and I feel like that's what this shirt kind of is. But dude, you're hitting us with a Zoom reference. I barely remember Zoom.
Yeah, hey, like, I mean, I'm not saying that I was old enough for Zoom.
The Zoom I remember is the Tim Allen Zoom movie that was terrible.
Oh man, I'm thinking of man, I could have sworn it was a TV show, and it was like a PBS show. But that's, hey, Dude, I know I'm ragging on your shirt here all day long, but it's incredible, and mostly it's because I'm jealous. So if you want to send me, we don't want to let the whole chat know because we don't want everyone wearing the Shapes shirts from the '90s. But hey, if you want to send me where you got that, I would gladly wear one next time we cast, which is going to be next season at some point. We're coming to the end of the season. How do you feel at the end of this season, Dak?
I mean, at the end of every season, I feel like every player and everybody, at least behind the scenes, they're excited for the season to end, especially the people playing these finals. They're excited to potentially be champions. But, it's always kind of sad when a season ends because you never know what will happen in between seasons. You don't know who will leave, who will stay, what kind of things will change. But just as we get to the end of the season, I'm just happy that I'm able to yell at Rocket League, especially considering how bad I am compared to all these players here. Anyone could beat me easily by themselves.
Yeah, definitely gonna take it from a guy that's in NFL. I have a lot of fun playing Rocket League, but I have just as much, if not more, fun just sitting here and yelling at the game with Dexatron. It looks like we are getting a little bit closer to getting everyone loaded back in here and get this next game underway. Don't worry, folks. We're going to finish out this series. We're going to get everything sorted away. It looks like they are calling everyone to join. And so it looks like it's just going to be another minute here before we get everything underway. Does look like everyone's ping is good or not. So it looks like we are going to get another reset. And most importantly, we're going to go to an intermission. And don't forget your play of the week and Balls Garana. I'm just going to shove both of them right in. And make sure that you enjoy the music, enjoy an ad or two. And we'll see you back after the quick.
But I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you, you break me, but something about it makes us so, baby. Every piece keeps us together in the core. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of frozen in my dream. I can't escape the thoughts of you. If I try to leave, when I'm with you I can't move. It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you break me, but something about it makes us whole, baby. Every piece keeps us together in the core. I break you break me, holding our love in chains.
think, Dex, I replugged this right here. Oh, okay. Hey, we're back. We're back. Just had to plug that back in. Sorry about that. But it looks like we are going to be good here for what game are we on, Dex?
3.
We're on
Here we
game
go.
3. Here we go.
Game 3, attempt number 3 here. Everyone, ping should be good. Let's hope we're able to finish out this series strong.
And now Cookie Monster taking this one on the right side of the field. Caliber trying to challenge there, but Cookie Monster with a demo, this physical play, that's what we want from the Wizards if they want to take this one. That GX pushing this one forward. I don't say, when I say we, I just mean generally speaking, Dex. But the Wizards, if they do want to take advantage of this game, they got to play physical, they got to play fast. And starting out, it doesn't look like the fatigue has affected them all too much.
No, not at all there, especially with Cookie finding 2 early demos here. They found 3 in game 1, none in game 2, and like I kind of said, in between game 2 and 3, I felt like their lack of physical play in game 2 was kind of something that really did not work out in their favor there.
Yeah, it didn't quite work out in their favor, but now it's just a game of ping pong here on this one. Now GX booming it back down to Caliber. Caliber, almost dangerous. GX almost slots that one under the crossbar, but it bounces off that 7th man on the field. And Caliber now with the Caliber with an opportunity. Now a shot from J-Dog, which looked a little bit more like a centering pass, actually. Cookie Monster trying to send it. Caliber trying to run interference. But now we got a bit of a group up from the Wizards, and it could be an opportunity for the Blizzard.
Yeah, but hey, nice play there by Cookie Monster. Get the ball away. Ruben gonna center it here. Cat gets a little bit of an awkward touch. Gonna leave it floating there in front of the goal. Cat, though, gonna make up for that awkward touch and clear it away there from a dangerous opportunity. J-Dog, though, gonna play it back towards goal. They're gonna go just wide. Caliber gonna try to pinch this ball out, maybe follow it up, but you do see GX right there. Cookie Monster, though, great spot, right time, gets a great save.
Yeah, a great save, great plays all around from both teams so far. Not too many shots, though. A lot of battles for the ball. Cookie Monster now with an opportunity, but GX gets there fast, trying to rip a shot off, but Cat comes up, challenges 50. Caliber off the post. What a great save, and to redirect that up into the crossbar.
Ball center right there. Caliber gonna play it slowly back into the Blizzard side of the field. Already almost halfway through this game, no goals scored yet here. Cat with a pass there to Caliber. J-Dog, though, will get the save there and the clearance upfield. Cookie Monster just gonna bop that one right up in the air, looking for their own number. They will get there first. It's clearing into the Blizzard side. Ruben, though, gets a save, and Caliber gets demoed there by J-Dog. That might have just saved the shot.
Yeah, a great defensive play, a great defensive demo. Cookie Monster now trying to take revenge on J-Dog. Caliber keeping this one in the midfield. Cookie getting a redirect off the wall there. Ball centered back down. Caliber gets a touch, gets a second touch up to Cat. Cat has an opportunity, but it's knocked away by GX. What a great defensive challenge and defensive play.
Yeah, J-Dog, though, going to try to keep this going their way. Caliber right there. Cookie Monster picks up their 4th demo of the game right there. They're out for blood this game. Not really doing much else here. They do have a couple saves and a couple shots to their name here right now, but both these teams kind of been struggling to get any good quality opportunities so far.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to come with both styles of play are really countering each other right now. Ruben Sandwich with a dangerous banger up into the ceiling. It pops down in front of their net, and the Wizards are there to knock that one away all over that ball.
This is just the Blizzards saying thank you to Caliber for leaving a present for them in game 2 right there. Caliber able to put that one in the back of the net there to give the Wizards here the first lead of this game and the first goal of this game here. 90 seconds left to go. I feel like we're going to see a lot of stuff in these last 90 seconds.
Speaking of a lot of stuff, it looks like a lot of J-Dog knocking that one home. A great save by Cookie Monster. And a bit of a double commit there from the defenders, from the Wizards there. And you want that one back, but there's still plenty of time left in this game. 1:18 left to go. GX and Cookie Monster 50 off the kickoff. J-Dog there trying to send that one towards net, and then we're going back to another game of ping pong with a demo mixed in.
Yeah, GX picks up their 4th demo of this series there. The Wizards have the ball on the Blizzard side of the field as Ruben takes care of Cat there, but Caliber looking for a shot will not be able to find anything there. It gets cleared away. Ball at the midfield line right now. J-Dog gonna try to hit this one too. Ruben gonna try to hit the upfield, but they miss on it. Cookie Monster is there. They're gonna go for that boost instead, leaving it there for Cat. Caliber is right there. Gets 50-50 away from them here. 40 seconds left to go here.
Now Cat knocking this one into the corner. GX gets the touch that he wants, but can't quite get the redirect. As Cookie Monster trying to center that one back for O'Caliber, who takes this one off their own corner, bounces off the Blizzard's right wall. Now it's in the middle. It's dangerous. Ruben misses the touch, and now a pinch. A gnarly pinch from Cat. And just a lot of midfield play, back to what we've been seeing most of the game.
Yeah, but the countdown has started here. 5 seconds left to go. Oh, this ball's going towards goal. Cookie Monster not going to get back there in time. And Ruben's sandwich might have just won the Blizzard Game 3.
Now, I'm trying to see there. It does have an orange trail, and the ball kind of spun back in. You can't really blame that one on Cookie Monster. But it'd be interesting to look at that one a little bit closer, see what the spin of the ball was. Not exactly how you want Game 3 to go, but a very unusual game in my mind, Dex. Very low scoring, low statistic. 3 saves to 2 saves, Blizzard over Wizards. What do you have to say about kind of the defense and the offense on this game that was basically non-existent?
I mean, the defense was there, but like you said, the offense just kind of non-existent. There was a lot of physical plays. Like I said, Cookie had 4 demos by themselves. All 4 demos their team had in that game. J-Dog, Ruben, and GX all picked up demos in that game. They had 4 as a team as well. So, the physical play kind of even across the board there. But, it seemed like after game 1, where the Wizard had a little bit of an offensive game, the Blizzard had a offensive game in game 2. It just seemed like this game kind of came down to defense, and if there were any mistakes, and really there was only one mistake in my opinion in this entire game. It was from the Blizzard that led to the Caliber's goal there, but the 2 goals that the Blizzard were able to get here were just, I don't want to say they were awful mistakes from the Wizard. They were just able to find goals somehow.
Yeah, you got to brush those off if you're the Wizards. That one shot that managed to find its way to the back of the net was just a really great shot. Cookie Monster there trying to get the touch. Did end up touching it before it went into the net, but it just wasn't enough. Got a little backspin on the ball, curved in. Going into game 4 now, a little bit of pressure applied to the Wizards, but you're in a place where you don't have to stress too much. It's still not match point. You get to go off. There was a little bit of fatigue, a little bit from the reset there that kind of set the game off kilter. You come into this one, you got to make sure that you continue playing your game.
Yeah, GX picks up an early demo. They're already their 5th one here of this series right now. Cookie Monster, they're going to play that one towards the back wall. They're going to try to get a follow-up shot. They're not going to be able to find as J-Dog picks up a demo. That's their 6th so far here. And a lot of demos so far from these 2 teams here. And GX almost gets a good opportunity there on goal, but I believe Cookie Monster denies them. However, J-Dog keeping this play alive.
And the follow through there with a demo by J-Dog. Great pressure right now from the Blizzard coming in as Caliber tries to get a shot on net, and a double commit on the save that works out. The Cookie Monster trying to put that one in. Ruben gets back in time. Now going on offense. Caliber keeping this one in the corner. Gets another touch, but it's kind of awkward as J-Dog there got a touch, and now the ball's sitting in front of the net, but Ruben's able to clear it away.
Caliber, though, going to be able to play right back into the Blizzard side. GX, on that back wall, going to try to get it out here. Cookie Monster is right there, but GX able to sneak it past them. Cat, though, last man back, going to play it back into the Blizzard side here. Going to try to get a centering opportunity, but J-Dog denies him. Caliber, though, right there. Cat gets the demo, maybe a pass there. Cookie Monster just a little bit too slow there, and the Blizzard might have an opportunity here to counterattack.
Yeah, just when you're looking at the Blizzards there as they go on the back check, all 3 Blizzard players went back towards the net. So no one challenged, no one pushed forward. It gave the Wizards all the time in the world. And then just the shot, the off the pass opportunity, a little hot, a little too heavy-handed there on the pass, but a great opportunity. And the pressure coming right now from the Wizards could be the difference maker if they can put one home.
Yeah, this has by far been the best opportunity we've seen from either team so far here in Game 4. But now J-Dog gonna try to carry this ball upfield. Don't know how much boost they have. They go for the ground pinch there, but Caliber denies them there. Cat gonna try to play it out of the corner. Ruben Sandwich, though, right there to keep it in. Cookie Monster will pick up the demo there to try to end its attack, and it will buy Caliber some time, but Ruben Sandwich is right there to center it. J-Dog and Cookie Monster go up for it, goes right down. GX misses on it, and this could be dangerous.
Now you got a 2-on-1 opportunity. Caliber off the top. Cat there just off the mark. GX clears this back into the corner to Ruben. Cookie Monster trying to get the back pass to Caliber. Caliber gets control anyways. Gets a touch. Does he get a reset? Doesn't quite get what he wants. And this ball is cleared away by the Blizzard.
This is just kind of shades of Game 3 all over again. Each team kind of having a couple good opportunities, but the defense is kind of shiny here. Cookie Monster picks up another demo. That's their 9th of the series right there. But, you know, we haven't seen necessarily a great one here, but that's a great opportunity from Cookie Monster. J-Dog with a huge save to keep this game tied at 0 as J-Dog now brings us upfield. They do have some help there. They're going to center it there for Ruben Sandwich, but we do see Cookie Monster get there. Now they clear it upfield. There's no one back there for the Blizzard, and a great play coming out here from Cookie.
Yeah, excellent play from the Wizards here. Just getting ready for that mistake. The Wizards have been playing so tight this game, right? Like you said, shades of Game 3, but the Wizards, towards the end of last game, they got a little loose, right? The Blizzard got impatient there. Wizards were there to capitalize on it, and I think I've said the sound "izzard" way too much in the past 45 minutes. Cookie Monster with another opportunity, but it's knocked away by GX.
J-Dog will take care of Cat there. Oh, Ruben with the pass to J-Dog gets denied by Caliber. Cookie gonna go up for a GX, actually get a touch there. We'll play it all the way back to the opposite corner in their own end here. About 80 or 70 seconds left to go here. The Blizzard need to try to find an equalizer here as Ruben takes care of Cookie Monster there. It's centered there, but a nice play by Cat to get that ball away.
Yeah, and totally coming up with our next line of merch. MLE tongue twisters. brought to you by Blizzard and Wizards. Ruben Sandwich trying to get a touch off the ceiling there. Doesn't get it. Cookie Monster gets the demo, but the ball somehow ends back up in Ruben's hands. Ball is kept in the Wizards' side. GX doesn't get the touch that he wants. Caliber goes for the pinch, but J-Dog is the one who ends up giving it to him. Ball falls down to Ruben. It's an opportunity for Caliber and a demo by Cookie Monster. That's the play you want to see from the Wizards.
Yeah, this was just an awkward touch here by Ruben. You see Cookie Monster go get that demo there. Their 4th one of this game, 11th one of the series here, and that led to that goal there for Caliber. Their 3rd goal of this series right now, and that gives the Wizards a 2-goal lead here with just 30 seconds left to go. But that lead is going to be cut in half in 3 seconds.
Oh, just some miscommunication here. Oh, Cat not quite able to get the read there off the kickoff. I guess no real miscommunication, just Cookie Monster not able to get back in time for their great placement on the far side.
Yeah, can the Wiz keep this game in their favor, or will the Blizz claw their way back in here? They found one. They might find two here. It's off the top crossbar. Ruben comes in 50 feet away by Cookie Monster, but still in a very dangerous spot. The Blizz looking for an opportunity here, but Cat with the clearance.
But now Ruben with a dangerous play, dangerous touch there off the corner. Caliber coming up, getting the center. Ball, the net is open, and it's a miss there from Cat. A missed opportunity, open net opportunity, but it doesn't matter because the Wizards will take this one home.
Yeah, almost something you could say it could have came back to bite Cat if the Blizzard were going to be able to find a goal there. But, I mean, you're just looking at the stats here. A big difference in the shot totals. 3 times the amount of shots the Wizards put on the goal there from the Blizzard. And it kind of all came within the last 90 seconds. I really feel like the Blizzard in the last 90 seconds of these past 2 games the Wizard in these last 90 seconds, these last 2 games has kind of come alive on the offensive side. Didn't have enough to show for it in Game 3, but in Game 4, they were able to show a lot.
Yeah, the way that you want to respond. If you went back in time, if we went back in time before the reset and everything happened, and you were the Wizards, and you were like, what is a perfect game look like for you? This would not be that far off from it, right? You had that one goal that the Blizzard kind of snuck in there, but in terms of how much pressure they applied and kept the Blizzard guessing throughout that entire game, it was exactly the way that they wanted to play the game. And then even the Blizzard goal that they got was just kind of a kickoff goal off the what was basically a stalemate there off the kickoff, and it just snuck into the one corner. So right where you want to be if you're the Wizards.
But you could easily say the Wizards, I mean, the last couple goals they've allowed the Blizzard to get have come off of mistakes. That kickoff goal, you could easily say is a mistake because there wasn't a good follow-up there from them. Game 3, I believe it was Caliber leaving a ball there for Ruben to score. Still, the mistakes coming out from the Wizards have come back to bite them. However, the series is tied now, a best of 3 from here on out.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things that I will say, though, just by watching these two teams, and both teams are excellent teams, Blizzard are a much stronger, just play their game kind of team. And the Wizards are playing much more kind of in a flash state, right? They'll have some streakiness where they'll get some really good team plays, and they'll make some goals that are really fun and easy to watch. But the Blizzard have really succeeded off of punishing, and that really hasn't been the case there in the last game. But this game, if they can kind of get back to the game 3 style there with GX with a great reset and a great opportunity that's just knocked away by Cat, that's exactly where you want to be if you're the Blizzard. It's just waiting for the Wizards to make a mistake.
Yeah, Ruben able to play that ball away there from goal. A good opportunity there for the Wizards early here, but GX able to get that ball away from Cookie. Cat right there to corral this ball up, but Ruben takes it away from him. Cat is actually a player I want to watch out here in a little bit in these next couple games. Has no goals, I think only really has one demo to their name, a couple stats and maybe a couple assists, but they have not shown up a lot here recently. But Cat gets a great opportunity there. Ruben Sandwich, though, denies them.
Yeah, great play by Ruben, but he can't get back in time. And Caliber knocks this one in. Great center there from Cookie Monster. J-Dog doesn't get enough of it, and Caliber slots that one for the first Wizards goal of this game.
Yeah, Caliber picks up their 4th goal there of the series, leading all the players in goals with 4 now. And this is kind of the start that the Wizards wanted here. I imagine they were fine with how these last couple games went, even though they were played incredibly slow here. But, I mean, finding an early goal maybe gives your team a little bit of confidence to play maybe a little bit more aggressively throughout the rest of this game, or maybe they have this one goal. Maybe they just try to park the bus here.
Yeah, you don't want to park the bus in the wrong place, though, that's for sure. And the Wizards right now continuing to play their game, but the Blizzard kind of looking a little panicked in my eyes here. And now Caliber pinching this one off his own corner. Cat, with a great save, but Cookie Monster with the own goal. Just complete disarray. As soon as I say that, Dex, they start to flip around there on their own half.
And like I said in between games here, the Wizards always have about one mistake a game, and it has come back to bite them. And this one here gives the Blizzard a little bit of momentum here. Not what you wanted to see from the Wizards after finding that early goal. However, because they found that early goal, it doesn't necessarily hurt them that much, but it might hurt them a little bit in the momentum column. And Caliber almost in a bad spot there as that ball came down.
EX trying to make an opportunity here. The Blizzard got to take advantage of some of the opportunities that they've had. Ruben with a shot that's just off the crossbar, but GX is there to put it away, and the Blizzard quickly turn this one around, make it a 2-1 game.
Yeah, GX finds their 2nd goal in as many games here, and just a great play, able to get that rebound there. Ruben Sandwich in the goal there, just tried to get as far away as they could from that goal line there to make sure that they weren't going to hit that ball out. 2:22 left here in game 5. The Blizzard take their first lead here. And like I kind of said, that one mistake from the Wizard might have given the Blizzard some confidence here and some momentum, especially as J-Dog adds on to the lead.
Yeah, just going back to what we said earlier, not to take anything away from the Blizzard, but the Wizards right now just looking off kilter, looking off balance. Definitely a departure from the last game, but here in game 5, the Wizards are not getting the type of pressure that they were getting last game.
No, not at all. And right now, they have to try to get something going their way. And again, the easiest thing for me to point out, the physical play from the Wizards. They have no demos so far this game. I haven't seen a lot of bumps either from them. It seems like they want to try to do something different here. There was a bump attempt there on the J-Dog, but J-Dog able to power through it. Now they're centering it there for Ruben. Ruben gonna play it to the corner, try to get it past Cat. Now maybe it's gonna be centered out of the corner. GX goes upward, but Cat gets enough of a touch there to get credit for a save as J-Dog keeps it on the Wizards side of the field.
Yeah, the Blizzard rotation right now is looking very good, but Cookie Monster is looking even better. He says, nom nom, that's all mine. And he eats that one up.
Yeah, good spot there. And it looks like GX just not able to get a read on that ball. Was going way past and only could have backflipped and potentially tried to use all their boosts to get up to it, but just not enough time to do that. The Wizards able to get one back here with 90 seconds left to go. Staring pass coming out here from Cookie Monster. Actually, no, they want to take this themselves, but J-Dog with a huge save.
Now, that's the one thing coming off a goal, an incredible shot and goal from Cookie Monster on that last one, but you don't want to leave your team out of the play. The Wizards team play has been phenomenal. He tried one too many times. He said, oh, it worked before, let me try it again. The Blizzard have gotten wise. So now as this ball comes in, Ruben trying to get a shot, knocked away by Cookie Monster. Then another shot knocked away by Cookie Monster again. And another shot knocked away by Cookie Monster. He's not getting any saves for these, but he is making some great defensive plays right now.
Great defense, tries to almost turn to a great offensive play there, but everyone pushed up there for the Wizards. J-Dog loses it there for Ruben, but it's left there for GX, and GX will give the Blizzard another 2-goal lead here with 39 seconds left to go.
Oh, man, just unrelenting shots here from the Blizzard. The back check from the Wizards, they just look uncertain when they get into their own end right now, and it's spelling disaster for them. Not too much of a disaster, though. You go down by this game, you're only down by 1. It is match point, though. Now Cookie Monster trying to get a touch, but can't get his touch. Caliber ripping one towards the net with 23 seconds left to go. You got to make your move if you're the Wizards.
Yeah, GX gonna leave it there, but Caliber gonna try to clear it out there. They will be able to. Cat does take control of this one, trying to get a pinch off Ruben there, but not gonna be able to. Ruben now gonna try to bring this ball upfield. The countdown has commenced here, and I feel like the Blizzards have already decided they're gonna win this game here. Caliber will get a demo there, but that's gonna be the only thing they really have to say for this game.
Yeah, definitely a disappointing game for the Wizards, but just going back to what was working for them before. They didn't play as physical, and their shot count, right? Now the script has flipped from when we looked at the very first couple of games. Tons of shots, tons of pressure from the Blizzard. They had, it looks like 14 shots there from the Blizzard, and you only had 4 from the Wizards. And then when they get on their own defensive half right now, Dex, the Wizards are they just look so uncertain, and it looks like they're not talking to each other.
Yeah, and again, like, there's a lot of things that we said throughout this entire game here. You know, the mistakes, the non-physical play. It seemed like there were a lot of solo plays trying to come out from the Wizards. But the Blizzard, on the other hand, just kind of seemed like once they got that own goal early from the Wizard there to tie the game up, like I kind of mentioned, a momentum shift kind of happened there. I felt like that momentum that the Wizards got after that early goal kind of all went away and went all towards the Blizzard side there. And you saw a big difference there after that.
Yeah, definitely a big difference in the play. We're now going into game 6. This is a big game, definitely, especially if you want to go to a game 7. The Wizards got to take this one to tie everything up. But if you're the Blizzard, this is kind of a nice spot to be in, right? Because it's match point. You can kind of feel out the water here. But if you go down, you don't have to panic.
Yeah, absolutely. But right now, I mean, you're the Wizards. Finding an early goal, kind of what you want to do here, or maybe you want to play it like games 3 and 4. Try to play it as slow as possible here. Caliber going to leave it there for Cat. Cat looking for their first goal of the series here. Ruben, though, will deny him. However, the Wizards doing a good job here. Cookie Monster maybe calling their own number, going to let it fall there, but looks like no one on their team was on the same page there.
Oh, Cookie Monster, I thought he was getting ready to eat again. Man, a great opportunity for Doomsy off the backboard. Goes into the bump, which was a great bump, but just can't quite get the connection. Here now, look for a double tap from Ruben. The Caliber takes that one away as Ruben is just off. A little bit of back and forth, but definitely a little bit more conservative play from both teams, I think, here, Dax.
Yeah, and J-Dog almost gets a good double tap opportunity there. Cookie Monster kind of outpaces the ball there. Ruben gonna leave it here for GX. Gets denied though by O Caliber. Cat gonna try to clear it out. Does pick up that small boost pad, but J-Dog right there to try to stop that clearance. Will do it there. Ruben misses on it though, but we do see GX play right back there to Ruben in the corner. They're gonna try to center it off of that ceiling there. It's gonna go right to J-Dog, and J-Dog will bury it in the back of the net.
Great team play here from the Blizzard, but if you're the Wizards, they're just sitting on their own goal line. You kind of wonder where that aggression, where that physical play has gone, and that's what they're going to need to bring back if they want to make this a game. Already 4 shots from the Blizzard right now. The Wizards won. You got to get the quantity off here just to give yourself an opportunity when the Blizzard are really making their rotations work.
Yeah, but right now the Wizards have to get something going here. J-Dog gonna just blast it back into the Wizards side of the field. Oh, Caliber gonna stop that clearance there. Ruben Sandwich though gonna go up and try to get it back in the Wizards side of the field. Kind of just hanging around midfield right now. GX gonna play something here towards goal. Caliber will get the save and maybe try to clear it out here as well.
Now Caliber controlling this, pops it up to mid to Cookie Monster, who just manages to not get the touch that he needs, but J-Dog comes in hot off the pass there from Ruben, and a wide open net. So you go from little to no aggression from the Wizards to having everyone upfield, and then no one's home to get that. You got to make sure that you're making these adjustments. And it's like I said at the beginning of the series, Dax, Grand Finals, it's a game of adjustments.
And especially right now for the Wizards, you have to remember, the Wizards win a game here, they are the champions. They need to try to change something around here in these final 3 minutes. But right now, the Blizzards seem to be in control of this game. Caliber gonna try to clear it out. They do have some boost. Maybe try to aerial dribble this one all the way down. Oh, it's slowly rolling towards it, but Ruben gonna be able just to reverse that ball away from the danger there.
Great opportunity, but nothing comes of it. Oh, Caliber now trying to center this one up, but J-Dog with a great redirect back to the Wizards side. Cookie now clearing this one away. A booming clear. Cat, opportunity, 50s to the ceiling. Caliber doesn't quite get the redirecting touch that he wants. Ruben takes control, but Cookie's back again. And this ball is just ping-ponging around in the Blizzard corner. 2 minutes left to go in this game, but you start to sense the doom for the Blizzards if they don't make something happen here.
I mean, yeah, you have to start expecting that, especially if you're the Wizards here. You need to get going right now. You need to try to find at least a goal here. Try to cut their lead in half. 2 minutes left to go here. You're running out of time, and especially time is not on their side here, but I just haven't seen really anything out of the Wizards here since their first goal there in game 5.
Oh, and an open net opportunity that it looks like there was a little bit of miscommunication there from the Blizzard. They said, you take it, no you, and then no one took it. Cookie Monster with an opportunity, and he bangs it home off the, I wouldn't call that a waterfall, but it does look like J-Dog pounded that into the ceiling. And that's been, maybe the second or third goal we've seen in this series just from the Blizzard kind of handing it to Blizzard.
And, you know, one thing I want to say, Cookie Monster has been doing everything for their team in this game. 5 goals, leading their team in goals. They have 11 demos to their name, a lot of saves. They are trying to keep their team alive right now as J-Dog is taking out the person that I'm talking about.
Now Cat in the corner. Just playing a little cat and mouse there. Cookie centers this one. J-Dog says, not in my house, you cat. Now Caliber trying to look for an opportunity, waiting for that ball to fall, but he's up a bit far, and the Wizards should probably reset here. It looks like they will.
Yeah, but oh, good shot there coming out from Caliber. Cookie Monster picks up their 12th demo of the series right there. Centering opportunity here from Cat. No one there. Cat will just play it out to the side while every member of the Wizards except Cookie Monster is all the way upfield. Cookie Monster gonna play this one down, but it's the wrong move there. J-Dog might have just give themselves a goal here that might just make them champions.
Oh, man. Not the way that you want to give up the championship. Just a series of unfortunate events there for the Wizards. You had a bit of an opportunity in the middle of the field. Cookie Monster looked like he was playing disruption, so he wasn't focused there on the shot. Now another shot from Ruben trying to seal the deal here. Still time, 25 seconds left to go. 3-1 for the Blizzard. If they take this, they will be grand finals. They will be champions.
Yeah, and like I said, the Wizards always seem to have one mistake that comes back and bites them there as GX finds a goal here to give them a 3-goal lead, and that goal right there probably seals the deal. But like I was saying, the mistakes the Wizards have shown us this series have just been heartbreaking at times. An own goal when they were up 1 that led them to a 3-1 loss, or a 2-1 loss in game 3 or game 4, and then a goal, just a mistake there from Cookie Monster. And it seems like the Blizzard just want to pile on at this point.
Yeah, and you can just kind of tell the defeat there from the Wizards. There were flashes of opportunity. I will say, both teams did an incredible job with this matchup, but the Blizzard just came out and showed and proved that they're the better team. They stayed consistent with their play. The Wizards were a lot of fun to watch, but a lot more flash-in-the-pan style of play, especially from Cookie Monster, and that's just kind of been the difference here in this game.
Yeah, but the ball's still waiting to touch the ground here. Finals aren't over just yet, even though we know the result of this game. Each team maybe trying to add on one more goal here right now. Cookie Monster gonna play it towards his back wall. J-Dog gonna leave it up in the air, but with that ball touching the ground there, the Blizzard are your season 15 champions here.
Yeah, great play by both teams. Great play by the Blizzard. Thank you for all of you at home for bearing with us. There were a few rough patches there in that stream, but it didn't make it any less exciting whatsoever. Even though the series didn't go into overtime, we have gone into overtime. So Dex, thank you so much. I know you're on the next one, right?
Yep.
So you will all see Dex on the next one. Thank you for joining me tonight. Don't go anywhere. We've got more coming right up.